Introducing a new website called ttcskycam. It shows you where the TTC streetcars and buses are moving slowly and where they are moving well based on real-time GPS data from the TTC. This map has 3 layers. The first layer shows you where streetcars and buses are right now with dark gray vehicle icons. Here you can see things like whether the streetcars are bunched up or spaced out, or whether there are no streetcars near you at all. The next layer shows you where those streetcars and buses have been in the last 30 minutes, as an animation. This is useful for seeing where there are surprise detours happening. You can also see where the streetcars are completely stopped due to an accident, for example. The current frame of this animation is indicated by this clock in the corner. The third layer shows you colored lines representing the average speed of TTC vehicles in that area recently. Again, this is based on the last 30 minutes of data. The color code is a lot like Google traffic. Green is good, yellow is almost good, orange is mediocre, red is bad, and black is very bad. If you see a short stretch of red or black, that is usually not a major problem, but a lot of red or black indicates that TTC vehicles have been moving very slowly in that area recently. White means that no vehicles have passed this section recently, and so we have no information on it. So if you see white, that means that either the route is taking a detour or no vehicles have passed there in the last half hour for some other reason, such as the route being shut down for the night. No matter which layers you're looking at, you can move these pin markers to change which TTC routes are shown. When you move the A marker to where you are now, and the B marker to the place you want to go, then the possible routes between you and your destination will be shown. If you don't want to see a certain route, then click on it and use the hide option. You can also manually show routes this same way by clicking on an empty street. So far, this site covers only a limited number of TTC routes, focusing on the downtown and surrounding areas. No data is available for subways, though we do show an outline of the subway sometimes for convenience. Also note that vehicle locations take time to get through the system, so the icons that you see in the first layer are about 1 minute behind the real world. Regardless of this delay, the data is usually very accurate, and updates for all 3 layers are sent to your browser automatically, as soon as our server has them, so you never need to refresh the page. In fact, if you were to sit and watch the page for several minutes, you would see the current vehicle locations in the first layer moving across the map, as you would expect. There are some more settings that you might find useful. You have the choice of seeing the streetcars and buses as realistic picture icons or as simple arrow icons. If you're using this site from a phone, then the picture icons will tend to slow the site down for you, so you may want to use the arrow icons instead if you're on your phone. If you use the picture icons, you can tell the difference between a streetcar and a bus because the buses look more rectangular. You also have the choice of how many routes you want the pin markers to automatically show for you. Like the icons, you will probably want to use this setting differently depending on whether you're on a phone or a more normal computer. You can view however many routes you want, but most phones will become slow when showing more than 2 routes. On a typical laptop or desktop machine, there is no limit. However, if you are finding the site slow to respond on your phone or on an older computer or browser, then try reducing the number of routes here, or hide a layer, in particular the animated vehicle layer. As you can see, the focus of this website is to give you a visual idea of what the streetcars and buses are doing, primarily so that you can know in advance of trouble spots up ahead. What this site is not so good for is when you are waiting at a stop and all you want to know is when the next streetcar or bus is going to get to you. This site doesn't do that because there are already many apps and websites which can give you that information. They are all based on the same real-time GPS data that this site is based on, which is called the Next Bus data. Some examples are the apps by the name of Rocketman and Rocket Radar, and websites such as Where's My Streetcar and Next Bus's own site. These apps and websites, and many more like them, are all good at what they do, but I couldn't find any that provided a simple and useful visual overview of what the TTC vehicles have been doing recently. So my website here is an attempt to fill that gap. I hope you find it useful. That's all for now. Thank you for watching.